Yes, that's okay, I guess. Knimers, are you ready for the session after the lunch? And now, today, we will talk about how Anadolu Sigorta achieved data science outputs by using Knime, starting from 2020, because at the point of zero was 2020. I'm Vedat Güneş, head of data analytics. Selin, lead data scientist. Let's talk about Anadolu Sigorta. Anadolu Sigorta is 98 years old, local insurance company. The part of İşbank Group, which is almost the biggest private banking company in Turkey. More than 4,000 agencies are operating for Anadolu Sigorta. And last year, we generated more than 20 billion Turkish liras, means more than 1 billion euros underwriting amount. There are 44 insurance companies in this sector in Turkey. So the total amount of underwriting is $10 billion. So 10% of total underwriting amount belongs to Anadolu Sigorta. Also, Anadolu Sigorta is the almost biggest insurance company because the Türkiye Sigorta is the combination of 3 insurance companies 2 years ago that combined together. At the beginning of the story, we generated an AI strategy for Anadolu Sigorta. We put AI in the middle of everything. So left-hand side, business requested AI applications, and technology is an enabler. So we process data, we prepare data, we develop data science models and processes to serve outputs our business users. Technology teams like us are the enablers for the business users. What does this mean? I will explain in near future. Here, as you see at the beginning of the story, we have SPSS, we had earnings, and we had freeze, the fraud management system. Selin will also tell details about freeze and what's coming instead of freeze. We decommissioned SPSS and earnings at 2020 by using Knime. Customer analytics domain uses SPSS, and we migrated all the processes to Knime platform, and we had Knime Medium server, and earnings also used for some analytics, and we also decommissioned earnings, and this means savings, license savings. To move Knime was a great advantage in this perspective. Data engineering part was a very rich activity at Anadolu Sigorta because we have more than 20 operational systems, source systems, and we are collecting data from those source systems to our data warehouse in order to analyze and reporting and develop data science activities, data science models. So in the data layer, we developed our own enterprise insurance data model. So this helps us to move faster to generate outcomes by using data science. Because as you know, data preparation process is the almost 80% of overall data science activities. So then we delivered, or we spread out Knime usage to our business users by training them. Infora is the main partner of these training activities. I will show in next slides. And data analysis, audit activities, and Excel-based usage moved to Knime to fasten the process, to eliminate the errors, and create more values for the company. Not only data science or data engineering activities, we automate daily manual processes by using Knime. So in our business side, money collection department getting information from more than 20 banks, and they did the comparison manually. In 2 days, they moved the process to Knime, and now they are doing in 5 minutes. That's a great achievement for us in automation, for process automation side. So, when we look at training activities as a partner, training partner, we developed 2 training processes. One is citizen data scientist training process, and one is data analyst training process. Citizen data scientists are more or less data-related people in the company. They know the business very well. They use technology a bit, and we increased their technology capabilities by teaching them data literacy, SAP Business Objects, which is our reporting platform, SQL data visualization by using Tableau, and Knime analytical platform. In this process, we have 13 days of Knime training for each class. How many classes we have till today? 11 classes, we finalized all the training processes. This means more than 200 people learned Knime with IT teams and business teams. There are 12 people, data scientists in my team, have L3 certification and do all the data science activities with Knime, also by using Python and R in Knime platform. There are more than 40 people in business have L2 certification, and it is day after day getting much bigger. So at the end of this year, we will reach this amount of people who learned Knime, more than 200. So this is a great capability for the company. Why? Because the requirements are mature enough, which our business, the users requested to develop from us. So the outcomes also more effective for the company. More or less, they are developing their own processes. Here is a business user in our company, and he develops his own data processing activities or Knime processes, and supply his team, a claim department he is working now, supply his team to use advantages of Knime. The other side, with this training program, we request the attendees to develop a project at the end of the process. On that time, they are creating value for the company because projects are real projects. They investigate the issues and try to solve the issues which the technology they learned during the training process, training program. So now I'm handing over to Selin. We develop our own fraud application. Yesterday, we talked about a bit Sobe platform. Instead of freeze, it is now on the production for more than 1 year, right?
More than 1 year.
1 year. And it is generating more value day after day. So at Anadolu Sigorta, we developed our own fraud application, fraud platform, by using Knime on Knime server and running real time. Selin.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Before getting into much detail about Sobe, I would like to start with first contact with Knime. We developed insurance renewal probability and price optimization projects on Knime, which was written on Earnix platform. So after we rewrite these projects on Knime, more than $200, not euros, per month. So we got excited about it. So The first achievement of Knime, the first milestone with Knime, was our customer analytics platform. Customer analytics has three major modules, which are customer segmentation, customer churn probability, and customer cross-sell probability, which calculates the product propensity for 12 different products on live. Customer segmentation has three different types, which are value segmentation, potential segmentation, and behavioral segmentation. And let's get into Sobe. What is Sobe? So, the biggest challenge for us was developing a fraud detection platform. Anadolu Sigorta was using FRIS platform already, but the platform was not specified for our company's needs, and it was general, and costs, maintenance, development, and license costs was too high, and also dependent on the applicant company for these types of developments. So we decided to rewrite this using with Knime and adding new features, of course. But let me first get into what is fraud a little bit. So as an insurance company, fraud is one of the biggest major problems for insurance companies. And insurance fraud may be committed by a policyholder or a different third-party participant of the claim files. And fraudulent claim filings include damages based on misleading and deceptive conditions, such as exaggeration on how the accidents occur. So, on the other hand, there are some organized crime rings, criminal organizations may use car owners and drivers to falsify the accident reports. So common characteristics and that have been revealed to be fraudulent case was difficult, rare, and the ability to be proven is really hard and takes too much time, takes a lot of time. So with Knime, what we managed to success, I'll get into, but on the screen you can see the Sobe project. By the way, Sobe is a Turkish word, which means you got caught. So, yes, it's a hide-and-seek game everyone played, I guess. So the project contains some external data and, of course, internal data, which was claims platform is our internal data. We use web service integration with Sobe platform, and we calculate a claim files if it's a fraud or not, or we give it a score and a coloring, which I'll get into that later in the slides, and return the result to our source system back via, again, of course, web service. And this is real time, by the way. And we also have some connections with our data warehouse platform also to reporting the statuses of the files. So let's get into the Sobe application itself. What do we have in Sobe application? As you can see, the yellow part is on Knime. And as I mentioned before, it's real time. And we can, the system works via web service we collect the data from our source system, the classing system, which we call touch points, which is some determined statuses by our business units, determine some statuses which time should Sobe should work, and on demand also we can work it. So with web service application, with web service we collect the data, transform it, standardize it, generate new parameters, and three main modules has done the calculating and done the scoring, and we give it a color, which I'll explain again later in the slides why we do it. But the three main modules are rule engine module, social network analysis, which I'll prefer it as SNA from now on, and ML prediction phases. And then we give it a score and return it to the source system, which our claims departments can investigate if necessary. So first, let's start with rule engine module. Rule engine module runs both motor and non-motor claim files. Business rules was determined by our business units and the regulations of the sector's known, acknowledged rules. And we have 180 rules for motor sector and 60 for non-motor sector. Every rule has a score given by our claims department, and which might be differ for each sector. Every sector has different coloring mechanism, and rules can be managed via workflows as portals, so our business units or analysts or even us can change, alter, and add new rules to the system on Knime web portal. So let's get into model ML prediction phase module. We have two different ML predictions phases on the system, which are first one is fraud prediction. We try to predict the probability of a claim file is fraudulent or not. And the second part of ML module is fraud prioritization. We do this part because of the, as you may all know, fraud is really hard to prove, and some false positive, false positive claims might be increased during a time. With prioritization, we run another ML model to prioritize the claim files, so our business units can investigate fewer claim files and catch more fraud files. So this is on this side, this is a small example of our probability of the first ML model file. So especially, as I mentioned before, false positives is a really big challenge. So that's why we need to prioritize the claim files. So let's get into the SNA module. This is a real case in our company, which was done by manually for our business units, and it almost took 3 to 4 months. But we changed it into this. Yes, social network analysis does this. So, and this process takes 2 hours only, daily. We run daily, we structure the network on a daily basis, so every claim files, participants are included. So, as I'm not sure if you can see that there's a red dot on the right side corner. That person is blacklisted person, so who may have done fraud before, a known person. And the middle part, let me just get into here. And the middle part, this green dot is the person which we are looking for, who is our claim file's main participant or any participant of the claim file. And we calculate the difference via a short path algorithm and turn it into this. This file has a connection with a known blacklisted person, so please be careful. That's what we calculate. So 3 or 4 months work turned into 2 hours daily, and every claim file for motor sector only, by the way, every claim file checks if a participant has a connection with a blacklisted person. So, as I mentioned before, the colorizing. So our business units have different So processes. So the claret red and the red ones and the navy ones are the mostly fraudulent cases. So that three coloring system differs, as you can see. Claret red are prioritized claim files, and red ones high probability, and navy ones for MLTP sector only. Amber one is low but glass if it includes glass damage. Blue ones legislation or recourse files. So and so on. I'm not going to say it one by one, but because of these methods, every claim file goes to the right person to investigate or not. So let's get into before and after Sobe. Before, fraud detection rates was 7 to 9%, but after Sobe, we managed to increase the amount of catching the files into 13 to 17%. Manual relationship was, as I mentioned before, SNA, they were done by manually, 3 to 4 months it took, but with built-in SNA module, it only takes 2 hours a day. And by the way, every claim file, of course, doesn't respond to the source system 2 hours. I want to be clear. The network construction takes 2 hours, but every claim file checks if the participants of a file are connected of a blacklisted person, of course. In real time, this all process takes 5 to 10 seconds to return the source system with the result. So we want to increase the time, of course, for our business units, give more time and room to catch more files. Maintenance and implementation. Before, implementation was a black box and dependent on the third company, but with Sobe, all of the work is done by us. So in-house knowledge and new implementation and maintenance are really easy to be done on Knime also. And one of the most biggest outcomes of false positives, decreasing the false positives, which wasn't there before, but with Sobe, we decreased 31% of the false positive files.
And the money part.
And the money part. What does this mean to Anadolu Sigorta? This graph, as you see, is in euro-based. And with Sobe, at the 2022, at the end of the 2022, we gained or prevented payments, as I said, total 8.5 million euros. So it's a really big, significant, and cannot be ignored. So we are real proud of this project, of course. But as you can imagine, in Turkish liras, it's really, really big.
Multiply by 21.
Yes, multiply by 21. So again, Sobe, we also got some rewards, and we, as the developers, published an article about Sobe. If you'd like to read it, you can Google it. It's called Sobe, a fraud detection platform in the insurance industry. It's an international journal. It's on. If you want to, you can read it. And one of the biggest prizes was Selin's 2021 Model Insurer Award. And of course, every award is special for us because it recognizes your own work, so it gives another side, another pleasure, I guess. And I want you to look at this picture. In 2022, this was Anadolu Sigorta. But now, oops.
Gitti.
No! Where are my colorings? Oh, okay, so Murphy again, I guess. So I'm going to mention one by one.
No, it's not required. Anadolu Sigorta had a dream at 2020 to develop these models and deliver to the company. Almost all the models are running in production. Only 2 of them under construction, under development. Others are delivered, and our business users are beneficial for the outcomes. Now, we had a dream at 2020. We accomplished there. It is reimagine time now, and our main partner, Infora and Knime analytic platform, we believe in that we will achieve our new imagine again in 2 or 3 years' time. Thank you very much.
Now the slide. I want to show the coloring, but...
Thank you for the talk. Although we are already a bit late, I think we have still time for a few questions,
Yes.
I guess. Are there any questions from the audience? I can hardly see you, but there must be some questions. If
Hello.
not, there we go.
I have a question, please.
Oh, there's a question.
Hello.
Yes?
Okay, thank you for your great presentation. One question, the social network analysis, what was it based off? Search Instagram or Twitter or
Okay, let me get into...
relationships between your customers?
Okay, so the network structure is based on person. Nodes are the person, and the edges are claim files, accident reports, and in Turkey there's a company collects all the insurance data, which are all production and claims.
Claim file is the issue the customer have a problem within the scope of the policy. So if the car has an accident, there are participants, the driver, the other side, the checker, and the technical repairer. So these 4 parts, or more than 4, it can be based on the case, we are connecting these participants with each other and combining the red people?
Blacklist.
Blacklist. Combining with the blacklist, which are determined before they are criminal. And we are scoring them based on the shortest path to the nearest blacklist person for each claim file, for each participant for that file. This is the network of the claim file participants. Social network analysis is done on these participants. You're welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
First of all, congratulations, Vedat, Selin.
Thank you.
This is very good results. These are very good results. I want to understand that in the short time you did huge projects in Anadolu Sigorta. Could you please tell us what are the most important key points to achieve that kind of projects in the short time in the enterprise level company? Or experience.
Thank you very much for the question. The top management support is number 1, because if you don't have any support at data domain, as you know, projects are going to fail. We had a great support at C-level, and when we request something to develop or achieve an outcome, we had a great support. Second one, technical capability. The technical capability comes from Knime side, and a Knime analytical platform serves us many technical capabilities, make easy to manage the flows, and shorten the time to market process. The third one, at 2020, we were 6 people. 2 data scientists, one was Selin, and 4 data engineers. Today, we increased to 31 people. And now, gradually, we enhance and add new data science and data engineers to our team to create value for the company. And when we created value, we get support. When we created value, we get support. These 2 three items help us to bring us here. Do you want to add something?
That was great. Thank you.
Good, perfect. In the interest of time, I guess we can thank the two speakers again. We also have a small
Thank you very
present
much.
for them.